Testing 1 2 3. Mic check. Test. Sound 1 2 3. Test. Good evening. Welcome to a wet night here at South Summit High School. Beaver is in town, and South Summit is awaiting another 2A matchup between two great teams. 3-0 Beaver is in town, and South Summit with its number one ranking in 3-0 going into the inter-squad or the crossover region game with the 2A Southern region, and what looks to be the best Southern team so far. Beaver had a great time thus far with teams in the Southern region. They beat Canyon View 3A team 45-13. They've beaten Kanab 37-6, and they've beaten Parowan 35-0. So Beaver looks to be a formidable test tonight for our Wildcats, and so kickoff's in about 2 minutes. We're just awaiting the national anthem, so welcome to South Summit football, and join us shortly after the national anthem. We'll get you started on the fourth game of the season for South Summit as they enter 3-0, ranked number one, and hope to continue that winning streak tonight. Rory Bowen's joining me, Cody Bowen here, and we hope to bring you an exciting night of South Summit football. So stay tuned. We'll be with you shortly after the national anthem. All right, welcome back to live coverage of South Summit football. Beaver in town, and we're just moments away from the kickoff. To update you on the 2A football rankings this week, South Summit continues to be ranked number one, 3-0. Grand ranked second at 3-0, and Beaver here, the third-ranked team in 2A at also 3-0. Three undefeated teams left in 2A, two of them here tonight at South Summit. Beaver comes with a lot of firepower offensively as they're led by, on the running end, Jesse McMullen, who has 46 carries, 369 yards, averaging 8 yards a carry. And on the offensive passing end, Kason Hutchings, a senior quarterback, has 22 for 42 on the passing and 402 yards with 5 touchdowns, and he's averaging 18 yards per pass play. So, Rory, good ball game tonight. Hopefully we have our good stuff, which has been good D, good running attack, will be enough to beat Beaver tonight.
Yeah, that's what South Summit really has to rely on, that defense. We've talked about it all season long. That's the strength of this team and the the way that they're going to be successful, and that's again tonight. As you see the points they've put up, Beaver has definitely got up and down the field in the first 3 games of the season, 45, 37, and 35 points against their first 3 opponents, and they've got a pretty stiff defense according to what the scores have gone, giving up 13 points to Canyon View and 6 to Kanab, and shutting out Parowan last week. So it's going to be a good test as they've emerged as one of the top teams from the southern region behind Grand. So we're excited to see what happens tonight.
All right, we're underway with the kickoff. Harley Georgie boots it deep into the end zone. It's been an asset for the Wildcats all year thus far, kicking deep kicks deep into the end zone. And rarely a team is able to get much more than a starting point of the 20, and that's where Beaver will start tonight in the north end zone with the first offensive possession of the evening. So Beaver trimmed in all white, an all-white helmet, all-white unis, blue numbers, and South Summit in there all green, and it's a nice showdown between 2 historic teams that have battled for decades. And once again, it's nice to renew an old rivalry and hopefully a good rivalry tonight, as Beaver will start and split backs in the back end. A little option as number 11 will keep it for Beaver, Hutchings, and he'll get inside about the 21, 22-yard line. He'll pick up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brad Richens, Hunter Angel on the tackle there for the Wildcats. Beaver is a very run-heavy offense, as we see quite a bit in high school. They rely on that strength up front. They got the double tight ends. They'll bring their guys in, and they'll try to run you off the field and then try to throw it over the top on a play-action pass here and there.
All right, Hutchings now goes to the dive back off the left side. He's trying to get yardage. He's getting 2 or 3. Again, tough running against this Wildcat defense. He'll pick up a yard or 2. It'll be 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, this game's going to definitely be decided in the trenches here tonight. The front 8 for South Summit's defense against their the line offensively. We'll see who can push who a little bit harder tonight in the first 2 plays. South Summit's come out on top as it's 3rd and long now. So we'll see what kind of maybe a play-action pass here in this situation from Beaver.
Well, with 400 passing yards, Beaver does have the option to pass, and Hutchings is going to throw this one. Chance to be picked off, and it's picked off by McNair. He's at the 30 going along the right sideline. He's got about 1 or 2 men to beat, and he's tripped up right past the 20. So quick interception by Jordan McNair as he awaited the pass from Hutchings, sat right under it. He'll move it out into the red zone for 1st and 10, South Summit.
And that's the strength of that defense once again. Their first 2 plays holding them to short yardage on the run to set up that long 3rd down situation where most likely there's going to be a pass, and the defense is ready for it. They're in position, and the ball just falls right into Jordan's hands, and a pretty nice return as well.
Jones now will keep it on a keeper. He's out to the left-hand side, and he's tripped up on a nice defensive play by number 28 for Beaver. Right on a nice tackle. His name is...
We don't have a 28 listed here. Maybe it's 26.
Jesse McMullen. At any rate, he was the only man there to stop Jones and was able to get the ankles of Jones, pulled him down for about a half-a-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That was pretty impressive there by McMullen. He was there in position. He was holding his position, waited for for Jones to make a move, and then he was able to shed the block and make a tackle.
So Jones now gets the short, and we got all kinds of movement. False start. Most of the line went. The ball didn't. They'll move it back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 14.
So as good as the defense looked the first series, the offense is looking just as bad to start the game. And starting in good position as they did, they've got to capitalize on that early turnover and use that to get up early here. As I said, inside of the red zone to start this series. They've got to get something out of this right here.
So we're at the 22-yard line. 9:51 left first quarter, no score. Pitch out to Keaton Giants. Keaton cuts it up, trying to find some running room. And once again, is that
Same
McMullen
kid,
a kid? Man, he's a good open field tackler on some quick South Summit guys. He gets low, trips him up, picks up about 3 yards, Keaton Giants did. It's going to bring it up about to the 20 again, where it's going to be 3rd and 12. So South Summit in a deep 3rd and long situation as they try to get the first points on the scoreboard. Early in this first quarter on an interception by Jordan McNair puts South Summit right into a scoring opportunity into Beaver territory. Ball's right on the right hash at the 20-yard line. 3rd and 12. We got 2 split to the left, McNair and Freestone. Jones looking left on a little slant route to McNair. It's caught, It's just past the 10-yard line to the 8-yard line. Nice pass and catch from Jones to McNair. It'll take it inside the 10. It's going to bring up 4th and about a yard.
It's a good timing route. Nice pass play from Jones. He stepped back, a 3-step drop, got the guy on the move, and a nice catch there. McNair, he knew he was going to get hit, had the frame of mind to bring it in and control the ball.
So 4th down, 4th and a short one for the Wildcats. They're going to go off to Averett. Averett's got good room, and he barrels forward down to about the 2-3 yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, South Summit.
Just tripped up enough that momentum almost carried him right back into the end zone. First run of the night for Averett, and it's a big one, picking up the 1st down and keeping the drive alive, keeping their opportunity here to get in the end zone alive instead of having to settle for a field goal opportunity at that time. So we'll hope for another good run right here, probably to Averett up the middle, see if they can punch it through to the end zone.
Little spread formation this time for South Summit. Jones keeps it on a fake handoff up the middle, and he's in just by the hair of the ball as he gets across the goal line by a couple inches, and South Summit strikes early. 6-0 lead with 8:21 left in the first quarter as South Summit gets on the scoreboard first.
It's good to see a little bit of change in the formation there for South Summit. As you can see, they're going to try a few different things. Sometimes teams get used to watching the same formation over and over again, and they can kind of key off of that, know what's coming, and they probably didn't know for sure. They've never seen that formation out of South Summit this year. So
Bracken Santos, junior kicker, will try the extra point, and this time he's unable to get it up. I was just about ready to compliment on 7 for 7 last week as South Summit put up 49 against AOA on a 49-3 lead or margin of victory last week. He went 7 for 7, and this week has a hard time there on the first one. Not sure if the snap was bad, but it didn't clear the line or the lineman as they hit several of them right in the back. So 6-0 lead, South Summit. 8:21 in this first quarter, and a good start for the Wildcats.
Yeah, after the first couple plays, took a little while for the offense to get settled in and figure out what they need to do. I think they need to start looking to run away from number 26 as he has handled the blocks and come off and stopped him by himself a couple of plays. So they may want to try to look to see where he is and try to run away or get a couple of blockers on him.
McMullen, that good tackler, is one of the deep men for Beaver, along with number 8, Matthew Roberts. So 2 men back for the Beavers. And it's always a little strange to call them the Beavers, but it's been a good mascot for them for years. They're waiting the kickoff as Georgie will boot another one deep as could be, about the middle of the end zone. And Beaver will bring it out to the 20 again. Another great kick by Harley Georgie, and Beaver will get a chance to start 1st and goal or 1st and 10 from their own 20.
And that's a rule change from a few years back in high school. If that ball gets into the end zone at all, they do not have the option of bringing it out. Unlike in the NFL, college, they can bring it out. They've got that option here. They don't give them the option. So as long as Georgie can get it in the end zone, they have no chance to return it.
All right, 1st and 10. We're at 8:21, first quarter. Beaver now will hand off the right-hand side, and he doesn't have any running room. He's drugged down from behind by number 22, Carson Freestone, on a nice tackle. And that's McMullen. It looks like he's stumbling a little bit with looks like a leg, ankle injury of some sort. He'll hobble off. He'll lose 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 13.
And if you watch the last few plays, South Summit has brought everybody up into that box. They've got 10 guys within 3 yards of that line of scrimmage, almost tempting, asking Beaver to try to throw over the top. And they're going to try to force them to do something that they may not want to do. As you can see, this time Flinders stays back in the safety position a little deeper.
They'll hand up right up the middle. This time a little running room for the Beaver running back, and a flag comes in late. Might be looks like maybe targeting a head player, a late hit, one of the two. It doesn't look good for South Summit on that one, as he's going to pick up 7 on the play out to the 25-yard line. But we'll await the flag as it come in very late. It looked like just as the Beaver running back was going down, where several Wildcat players were hitting him late, and we'll see what the penalty is. It's a personal foul, targeting the head, 15-yard penalty. So 22-yard pickup on the after the ball personal foul, or after the snap, dead ball personal foul right there. It could have been as the play was going down. At any rate, 15-yard penalty, bring the ball out to the 40-yard line.
52, Devin Harris there was the running back for the for the Beavers. He's the one that came up off the pile, and a big play right there for Beaver as they're getting down the field off of the penalties now on the 40-yard line.
So have moved the ball 20 yards here on this second possession as they hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Beaver not real big up front. And South Summit looks to be able to hold their own on that front as Victor Thornton. Great job as Victor had a blocker in front of him. He reached around and grabbed Jersey and had a blocker in between he and the running back. He spins him down from behind. Heck of a play by Victor Thornton. It'll bring up second and about 13, 3-yard loss.
Vic the Brick Thornton right there just showing off his strength as he holds off the blocker and is able to reach around with one hand and control the running back. So just good strength right there from number 35, the D end on our side here.
This time two split out wide to the left for Beavers. They're in a bit more of a passing situation. And they're going to try to dive again to number 8. 8 finds 4 or 5 yards up the left side. He's across the 40 to the 41, and it'll be 3rd and 9.
That's Matthew Roberts for the Beavers. The sophomore running the ball. He picks up a few yards. It puts him in another passing situation here. Not real successful the last time. We'll see what they try to do here in the 3rd and long. This is a good opportunity for those defensive linemen as well in a passing situation. Sometimes you can just lay your ears back and go after that quarterback. We'll see what Beaver tries to do here.
Up front for the Wildcats, Richens, Peck, Crystal, and Thornton as Hutchings is back to pass. He lofts one up again. Trouble and a dangerous pass there from Hutchings as he lofts one up into about 4 or 5 Wildcat defenders around number 6. Payson falls for Beaver. It falls incomplete. Beaver fortunate not to get another interception on that, and it's going to bring up 4th and 8.
Play was made there by number 24, Jordan McNair, the kid that had the interception the first pass of the game. He almost was able to cause another one there on the nice coverage.
Michael Roberts back to punt for Beaver, and he'll get the snap. Good snap. Nice high punt from Beaver, angling over to the left side. It's going to hit right at the 30-yard line and will sail out of bounds. So a 30-yard punt, no return. South Summit will take over on their second chance on the offensive side at the 30-yard line. We'll take a quick break. South Summit leading 6-0 with 5:46 left. First and 10 for South Summit at the 30-yard line. Jones looking to pass. He's got a little seam route. Goes right through the arms and possibly picked off. Nope, it's going to hit the ground as it went right through the hands of number 85, Beaver, into the hands of South Summit offensive player. Tipped around and almost picked off by number 8, Matthew Roberts, from that safety position as he dove, and it'll fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Intended for Stephen Flinders on the pass. Thrown a little bit behind, the defender was able to tip the ball.
This time, ball goes left, incomplete to Keaton Gines as he tried a little swing route off to the left-hand side. Jones falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 9.
And that, I don't know if that was designed to be like that swing pass that way. It looked like it was almost that option pitch, that formation, but he got a little bit far from the quarterback, kind of out of pitch relationship, and the quarterback did a good job of improvising and threw a nice pass, and Keaton was unable to pull it in.
So 5:31 left here in this first quarter. 3rd and 10 for South Summit. And as you can see, South Summit's making a much more concerted effort tonight to start trying to broaden out the passing game, as they'll probably need some use for that later in the season. Jones dropping back to pass again. This time he's got a nice pass out to the wing to number 10, Bracken Santos. He's fumbling a little bit as he's going out of bounds, but able to secure it. It'll be out to the 45-yard line. Nice pass from Jones. Nice catch by Santos. 1st and 10, South Summit at the 45.
Excellent touch pass, just getting it over the outstretched hands of the linebacker in front, and Santos had good focus to pull that in. It, like you said, he was kind of fumbling around for a little while, but was able to get it in his arms before going out of bounds to pick up the first down for the Wildcats.
So 1st and 10, 5:09 left in this first period. Jones back to pass again. He's going to go across. Another nice ball by Jones, right on the money to a little post route there, a little seam off the left side to McNair. He goes out to the 38-yard line. Jones right on the money, and he'll pick up about 16, 17 yards, 1st and 10 into Beaver territory.
And this is an excellent sign for the Wildcats offense. If they're able to be effective in the passing game even a little bit, that's going to open up a lot of territory for the Wildcats.
And you can see already how far back that Beaver safety is. As Jones this time keeps it. He's got running room off the right side, and he's sneaking around to get about 9 as he evaded a couple of Beaver tacklers. He'll get out across the 30 to about the 29-yard line where he's close to a 1st down, probably just about a yard short. So it'll be 2nd short right at the 29.
Finally able to get around the McMullen kid. Jones using his speed and quickness there to get around, pick up a nice gain of 9 yards there on the 1st down.
So a lot of options. It's 2nd and 1, and we'll see what South Summit does here. They'll go right up the middle to Averett. Averett will pick up yardage as he's spinning, backpedaling in further into Beaver territory. That'll move the chain. 7-yard pickup for Averett. Be 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
This is, like we talked about, a good barometer to see what kind of competition is in 2A for South Summit. We kind of look and see what the South region has to offer, and Beaver is one of those better teams. So it's going to be good to see how we stack up against that Southern region, and we're doing well so far.
Another wide open formation. Jones will throw a little swing route to number 22, Carson Freestone. Late flag comes in. Might be a late hit on Jones, and he looks to be shaken up. Hopefully he's okay, Ty, as the pass was a little short to Carson Freestone. It'll bring up now 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's going to be targeting again, trying to protect that quarterback. And again, it looked like that's looking like a design play for the Wildcats, as they look like they're looking to pitch to the guy, but he gets in front. As long as that quarterback stays behind the line of scrimmage, that's a pretty good play. They haven't been able to complete it, but it is there. It'll be tack on another 15.
Ty Jones still looks to be shaken up a little bit as he keeps hunching over. I can't tell exactly what's hurting on him, whether it's got him in the head or he got a little of the wind knocked out of him. He's just walking around a little gingerly, and hopefully he'll be okay as he gets into another play or two. Bracken Santos, number 10, will bring the play in to Jones. He's going to stay in the ball game where it's 1st and 10 at the 12, 13-yard line. Still can pick up a 1st down before they get to the goal line, so good opportunity for South Summit to go up 2 scores. As Jones gets the snap, he comes up under, keeps the ball, and he's going to try to get inside the 10, and does. He'll pick up 2 or 3, a little running room. Almost looks like it was kind of a...
Looked like a broken play, really.
Broken play there.
Exchange there with the fullback wasn't quite what he wanted, so he did what was best probably and tuck in and pick up what he could.
So about 2nd and 6 for South Summit. They're at the 9-yard line. 3:24 left in the first period. South Summit leading by 6. Freestone goes in motion. Jones keeps again, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. There by Beaver, interior lineman, doing a good job of holding that line of scrimmage. They hold Jones to no gain, where it'll be 3rd and 6 from the 9.
And South Summit's been effective inside the red zone this year. Usually a defense are able to stiffen up, and it's harder to gain those yardages as there's more people in less yardage, so it makes it more difficult to advance the ball, and it's looked like the situation here for South Summit.
3rd and 7. Pitch out left to Freestone. Freestone's trying to break a tackle. He may get in, and he does. Carson Freestone on a pitch left off the left-hand side, had good blocking, ran through one-arm tackle, and South Summit puts up their 2nd touchdown on the night on a 7-yard touchdown run by Carson Freestone. 2:40 left, and South Summit has a 12-0 lead, and we'll see what they want to do on this extra point, if they go for the 1 point or if they try to stay in, go for the 2 and try to get it to 14. Looks like they're keeping Santos on the sideline. They'll go for 2. So Averett in the backfield, tight formation this time as Jones goes in, Freestone goes in motion. They hand up off the middle to Averett. Averett's in for this 2-point conversion, and South Summit will jump out to a 14-0 lead.
So chasing those points they missed on the first extra point and getting them back here, just following his hogs right up the middle to pay dirt, and that touchdown was really made possible by his blockers on the outside. Keaton Gines and Jordan McNair were out there locked up, but the only 2 people that could have gotten to the play. They did a good job of maintaining those blocks, and Freestone just had to find the corner of the end zone and turn on the jets, and that's what he did. So a great job outside blocking there and maintaining those blocks long enough for him to get to the end zone on that 3rd down and long situation.
As we're waiting the kickoff, it looks like Ty Jones getting a little work from the trainer, and it looks like they're working on
It's hard to say what he's working
like
on.
a knee or an ankle or something. It looks like he's got his ankle up. He's got a lot of white tape around those ankles now. Looks like they may be trying to cinch him up a hair.
Yeah, that first game of the season, he came out of the ball game with a twisted ankle, so they may still be a little bit tender from the first game against Park City.
Harley Georgia getting ready to kick off. He boots another high one. This time a little bit short as he's taken right at the 5-yard line. McMullen now trying to find room. He's met by several Wildcat defenders on the kick coverage team. He's going to get it out to the 26-yard line, so Beaver gets their best field position of this opening quarter. They'll start at the 26-yard line. 2:32 left in this first quarter. South Summit out to an early 14-0 lead, and we'll see if Beaver has any kind of response offensively as they've yet to cross midfield and need to get something going as South Summit now on 2 consecutive possessions have had a nice offensive run and are doing a good job on taking advantage of miscues from the Beaver side. Now sitting good on the good side of the scoreboard at 14-0 as Hutchings for Beaver will try to get something going offensively. Lone back this time. He'll keep, and he's hit hard right up the center. Driven back, and now they're going to give him 15. Heck of a play there by number 55, C.J. Deneno, and unfortunately, I don't know if that's a good call or not, but they're going to get him on a late hit as he drove the Beaver quarterback all the way back to about the 12. And he'll get a personal foul.
That was, is that 50? I think it was 53. Riley Fees is who we've got listed on there making that play. And you hate to see that happen. He did a great job, met the quarterback, kept his feet driving. That momentum really is what carried him down to the quarterback down, but the official thought it was excessive enough to throw the flag as they're pretty ultra sensitive about taking care of those quarterbacks nowadays in football. So that cost him 15 and another first down.
Hutchings now with a 1st and 10. He will keep. Looks like he was trying to find a pitch man. Nobody was there, and he's drugged down. Brad Richens makes a nice play as nobody was there to pitch. He come from that defensive end, and he made a gesture. A gesture, not an offensive one, but often a violent one. And often that'll draw a penalty. This time they don't give him one, but a heck of a play there by Richens.
Richens did a good job. That's pretty tough to get around. Richens, a pretty mobile defensive end for the Wildcats. And he did a good job staying at home and taking care of business.
So Hutchings now. Hands off. No, he keeps it up the middle and got some good room this time out to the 46, 47-yard line. So he'll pick up about 10 yards, 11 yards, and we'll get it out to the 46-yard line. Much more manageable 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Beaver.
So this is definitely their most manageable 3rd down situation so far in the game. You can do either pass or run here. The Wildcats have got to be aware and be ready for either one of those situations. They've shown they can pick up big chunks at a time in the running game, just as they did on the previous play.
So 3rd and short for Beaver, short 3. Need to convert on another first down. South Summit has proven to do well offensively against the end. I think the ball's on the ground. There's a scramble for it. South Summit might be pointing like they have it. And turnover Beaver as he was almost hit as he was given the ball on the handoff. Fumble right at the 45, and South Summit will take over on downs again, 1st and 10 in Beaver territory.
Braden Crystal coming up with the ball off of the pile. And the defense once again holds for the Wildcats, forcing another turnover, their 2nd of the game, and inside of Beaver territory. So just before the end of the first quarter, another turnover for the Wildcats.
Jones back in the ball game on offense. This time he pitches over to number 5 for South Summit. Caden Christensen gets the pitch from that left wing spot as he came around behind Jones. He'll pick up good yardage, picks up about 6 to the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4 for South Summit.
This time that traditional pitch that we see most of the time from the Wildcats, and it was effective as he picks up 6 yards on first down.
So 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats. Jones this time pitches again, this time to Freestone, and Freestone's got good yardage. Tillett, 12, not 22. Isaac Tillett gets the pitch, and he's inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, South Summit.
There is a flag on the play.
He picks up about 12 yards on, about 16 yards on the play, but Wildcat guys are moving back. Looks like it's going to be holding. That's a spot foul right there. We'll see where they move it back from. It looks like they're going to move it back from about the 41-yard line.
It's going to be way back.
So I think it's 15 from there.
Holding a 10-yard.
10-yard penalty right there, so it'll bring up second and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 18. That's all the way back into South Summit territory at the 48-yard line. So costly penalty for South Summit. Cost them about 30 yards on the play, and so South Summit backed up. Jones back to pass. Got all kinds of time, and he's looking. He's going to tuck it under. He's got some room off the right-hand side. He makes a little move. He's off to the Beaver sideline, close to the first down as he picks up good yardage. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 37, 38-yard line, about 2-3 yards short, so about a 15-yard pickup for Ty Jones.
Excellent protection there from the front line, the offensive line of the Wildcats. Jones had all day back there to try to figure out where to go with it, and it gave him enough time for the defenders to clear out, and then he was able to pick up a lot of yards after he tucked it and ran.
We'll take a break. The end of quarter number 1. South Summit out to an early 14-0 lead. We'll come back with the second quarter action. South Summit with a 2nd and 3. All right, back at the start of the second quarter. South Summit leading by 2 touchdowns, 14-0 as Isaac Tillett goes in motion. They'll hand up the middle to Colby Averett, and he's going to pick up the first down across the 35 to the 34-yard line. So South Summit's leading rusher coming into the ball game with 296 yards on 29 carries, 5 TDs. Averett's good for steady yardage. He picks up good yardage there for the first down.
He's a strong running back there. He's got some big legs and is able to stay low and pick up the tough yards in the middle, and almost can always pick up at least 3 yards with Colby no matter where he's at.
Jones now with 11:37 in this first quarter. He's going to hand up off the middle to Averett. Averett falls forward for about 2 to 3 yards. He'll pick up close to the 32-yard line where it'll be about 2nd and 7.
And that's just my point right there. He was hitting the backfield about a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and he just kind of bounced off and was able to gain positive yards right there after the initial hit. So always what you love to see out of your fullback right there, able to pick up the tough yards as we've talked about before.
So again, another open formation for South Summit. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Jones now will throw back and hit hard. Nice defensive play there from Beaver as Ty Jones threw it overhand, almost on a backward overhand pass to number 5, Caden Christensen. He's upended on a nice open field tackle by Beaver. He'll pick up no gain, and it'll be 3rd and 7.
Michael Roberts coming up from the cornerback position for Beaver to make that play. And they finally completed that play as they did the overhand little pitch thing there, the swing pass type of play. Finally completed it for no gain this time, however. So a 3rd and long now for South Summit.
10:23 left in this second quarter. South Summit in a 3rd and 7. And in motion goes Christensen. They come up on a counter to Isaac Tillett. Tillett's got running room. He's out across the first down marker. He's going to pick up about 8-9 yards out to the 22, 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, South Summit.
So a passing situation that South Summit's able to take advantage of. The defense kind of on their heels there, almost waiting for the pass. They were able to get underneath with the counterplay until it found enough run room there to pick up the first down for the Wildcats. And again, picking up another 3rd and long situation. Last time it was on the run as well on that swing, or on that
McNair and Christensen out wide to the right. Jones will fake the throw right, keeps it, tucks it under. He's close to the 16. He'll pick up about 6-7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and about 4.
So again, South Summit inside of the red zone here for the 3rd time tonight. They've been effective the first 2 times, scoring both times as a touchdown both times. We'll see if they can continue that streak here as we just get going in the second quarter of the ball game.
And those early pass plays, I think, are paying off for South Summit as they've had to extend a little defense, and that's some Beavers on the lookout. And with these new formations, now trips to the left, nobody wide to the right, and they're going to try to give some room to Avert off the right-hand side. He's still got some yardage as he goes right in the middle, gets stopped, bounces it back out, able to pick up 2 or 3 yards off continual effort on that running, and Avert will bring it a third and about a yard.
Really, as you see, the only way you're going to be able to bring down Avert is if you wrap him up, stay low, hit him in his hips, and wrap up. He bounced off another defender that time to pick up an extra yard or 2, almost enough to get the first down. 3rd and short here, very manageable for the Wildcats.
Avert, lone back right behind Jones. They go to Avert, hard run right up the middle. Averett's close to the goal line, and touchdown, South Summit. Avert will go in from 14, and he had a full head of steam before anybody got their hands on him. And he's able to break free of a couple of tackles, spins into the end zone, and South Summit is getting out now to a commanding first half lead, 20-0, waiting the extra point from Santos. But South Summit making a statement early to this Beaver side that they're going to have to take care of the ball or South Summit's going to score. As Beavers had a hard time managing their offensive side with turnovers, South Summit's taking advantage, and Santos is ready for the extra point as Jones holds it down. This time Santos gets it up, not real high kick, but effective. And Bracken Santos' extra point will bring it to 21. South Summit out to a commanding 21-0 lead with 8:31 left for second quarter. Harley Georgia waiting to kick off for the 4th time tonight. Has started the game with a kickoff, now with 3 consecutive touchdowns on 3 consecutive possessions for the Wildcats. This time it's a low liner, and it's caught right at the 20-yard line. Nice job there by the up man for Beaver. He saves Beaver probably 13, 14 yards as he brings it all the way up to the 33-yard line. So good field position for the Beavers on the kickoff. And Beaver a little desperate now to get something offensively going and got to hold on to the ball as they've come up with a punt, a fumble, and an interception on their first 3 possessions. South Summit's taking advantage of all 3. And Beaver now will try to get something going offensively with 8:25 in the second quarter. South Summit leading 21-0.
I'm sure their head is spinning just a little bit. They're barely off the bus, and they're down 21 points. They've really got to figure out what they're going to do to try to get back into this ball game.
Hutchings now is going to roll left. He's trying to find it. Looks like a screen pass. Nothing's there. He's going to get chased from behind. He goes downfield. Had a man open. Number 7 for Beaver, Michael Roberts, was left alone. Hutchings unable to deliver a nice pass to get caught there. He did a nice job of improvising. I'm not sure if that was the route Roberts was on, but he'll fall incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And oftentimes, if that was a screen pass, oftentimes their linemen get downfield on a screen pass, and if they end up throwing it downfield further than that, often the linemen are out of position too far downfield and get penalized. But apparently they were able to stay within the range there that they're allowed, and South Summit did a good job pursuing the quarterback on the play.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Hutchings up under center. He's dropping back to pass. He's got a man wide open, and it's caught by Roberts. He's out ahead of Santos. He's not going to be able to get caught. Santos will not catch him, and Roberts will go the distance. 67-yard pass play. Beaver, as number 7, Roberts, able to get past the South Summit defense as Santos was unable to stay with him. And Beaver strikes back and keeps this game going for the Beavers, and they'll get to within 2 touchdowns here, 21-6.
That's how they figured out how to get back into this ball game. South Summit once again bringing that safety up. 10 guys in the box, really leaving their cornerback on an island out there by themselves, and he got caught up in the play action. And a nice pass and catch for Beaver to go the distance, but not able to convert on the PAT, so get 6 points out of the deal.
Nice strong kick from the Beaver kicker there, and from our vantage point it looked good, but it sailed a little left.
Yep.
So a 15-point lead, and shaking things up Beaver did on their first deep pass play of the night, and he had 10 yards ahead of any South Summit defender. All he had to do was lay it up, and Roberts ran under it beautifully. Nice pass there from Hutchings, and Beaver strikes back, shows some signs of life, and see if they can't make this a ball game. So 67 yards on the pass play.
I was about to talk about South Summit may have seen something on film to kind of give away what their play is, because sometimes they're bringing that safety up and sometimes he's staying back. This time they maybe misread maybe a formation or something they're seeing on film, but that time they got burned on the situation to get Beaver a little bit of momentum and a little bit of life left before they pack it in.
So Roberts, the man who just went 67 yards for Beaver, is also their long kicker, and he's going to kick off for Beaver. And so he'll boot it right here. Short end-over-end kick. It'll hit right at the 10, but it's going to bounce into the end zone just barely.
That's a scary bounce.
Almost died. It must have only gone in a yard or two, and it stopped. Went right up in the air, bounced around a little bit, came back out of the end zone, but had gone in. And South Summit will take over at the 20. Need a good response here. Try to deflate a little momentum that Beavers build on a nice offensive pass play to get them back into the ball game. South Summit has 8:06 left in this second quarter. 21-6 lead for the Wildcats. And Beaver now has got to prove they can stop this South Summit offense, which they failed to do so far. We'll see what they got this time, as Jones now will get things going again for the Wildcats. He hands up the middle, and falling forward for about 2-3 yards is the ball carrier Carson Freestone this time, and it'll be second and about 8. Go ahead.
So it'll be interesting to see what South Summit does, if we maybe see another formation or two, different play here and there. We've seen a few new things tonight. See if maybe they go to the airs. They're split out wide again.
And in motion goes Tillett. They hand up off the center to Freestone again, and Freestone unable to break free of a couple of Beaver tacklers right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to eke out about a yard. He'll move it out to the 25-yard line where it'll bring 3rd and 5.
We've talked about the third down situation so far tonight for South Summit. They've been effective in picking up the third down. And both times they've had the 3rd and long, they're able to get it done with the run. We'll see if they continue with that pattern, if they try to air it out and pick up the 5 yards on the pass.
So big 3rd down. The last thing you'd want to do here, other than a turnover, is to go 3 and out. We'll see if South Summit can't get 5 yards on a big 3rd and 5 early in. They toss out left to Tillett. Tillett is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive play in the backfield to South Summit, waiting there on that spot. I can't see if that was
McMullen again.
Yeah, McMullen from that right linebacker was at the safety spot. Looks like he comes from the safety spot. At any rate, nice open field tackle from McMullen, and that's one thing I have been impressed with Beaver thus far, is they're good open field tacklers. They hold South Summit to a 2-3 yard loss. It'll be 4th and 8. South Summit will be punting deep in their own territory, and so Beaver now putting a couple series together. And Jones will run right. Ooh, he had to make a fake to even get it off. Nice job, Jones, getting that punt off. It's hot, bounces high up in the air, hits at the 40. It'll roll down to the 35-yard line. No return as Beaver will take over 1st and 10 at the 35.
Yeah, that was scary. It almost looked like South Summit was looking to fake that thing. Jones makes a move inside and then kicks it away to kind of flip the script here for South Summit, giving them a pretty good punt out of the situation to see if they can hold Beaver here.
Those rugby-style punts always get a little anxious there as they're rolling right. And I think it's a little harder to hit a ball in the air when you're running right as opposed to just stepping once and setting it right on top of your foot.
Yeah, and there's different reasons they do that. One of the reasons is it takes a little more time to get the kickoff, which allows your coverage team to get down there and doesn't allow the return team a lot of room. Your coverage team's on them by the time the ball gets there. That's one of the reasons they do it.
6:05, second quarter. South Summit up. A little reverse over to Roberts, who went 67 last time. This time he's going to get drugged down from behind. Daxton Hansen on a nice aggressive tackle strings that play all the way out. And they're going to lose a yard and bring up 2nd and 11.
I was impressed right there with Quinn Zimmerman, the cornerback from this side. He did exactly what he was supposed to, keep that runner in front of him. And until you had some help from the inside, Zimmerman did a real good job of pushing him out, forcing him to stay in front, and then Dax coming from behind, that inside-out coverage, and we've got a man down. Is it the quarterback? It may have been the quarterback. He was out leading the way, trying to get a lead block for his running back. Not sure. We're going to try to get a number for you. Hopefully nothing serious.
We'll take a break as they tend to the Beaver injured player and hopefully have some info as we get back. South Summit's leading by 15, 21-6. 5:50 left in this second quarter.
While we've got a break in the action trying to attend, I think it is their quarterback Hutchings. It looks like they're looking at his leg or something. So while we've got a break here, we want to also invite you to listen to South Summit football wherever you are. We do now have a YouTube channel that you can access anywhere in the world as long as you've got internet access. So if you're away from home and you're not able to get to the game or you don't have that option, then you can log on to the World Wide Web at YouTube, www.youtube. Let me give you the rest of it. It's www.youtube.com/South Summit HS Utah. So just type that into your web browser and you can pull up any South Summit game. I believe it is audio and video, and I think we're going to have the capability even on away games to have at least one camera on the field. Probably won't have quite the camera work that we have here at home, but we'll have the camera on the field and it'll just be fixed at the 50-yard line, and you'll be able to watch the game anywhere in the world from here on out. So spread the word. www.youtube.com/South Summit HS Utah. So technology is growing for us here at South Summit football.
Big loss for Beaver as their starting quarterback goes out of the ball game, And number 8 now for Beaver will take over and comes right out and puts a ball right on the money. Nice pass there. The new quarterback is Matthew Roberts, number 8, a sophomore who's been into the game quite a bit, and he'll take over for the Beavers and threw a ball right on the money. It should have been caught, would have been close to a first down. Receiver unable to bring it in, where it's going to bring up now 3rd and 11 from the 33-yard line.
Hit him in the wrong spot, I guess, right between the numbers. He let the receiver let it get to his chest, and that's obviously not what you're supposed to do, and I'm sure he was not coached that way. Got to get it out with your hands.
Roberts now will look to go right. This time he'll pitch, and he's got a pitch man who's got a little running room, but he's going to get stopped a little short, about 5-6 yards short. He picks up 5 or 6 and was met quickly and stopped quickly right at the 40-yard line, just inside the 40. Will bring up 4th and about 5-6. And so Beaver now looks to be in the punt formation, and they'll kick it off to South Summit with 5:14 left. And South Summit continuing to lead 21-6. Isaac Tillett for South Summit awaits the punt at the South Summit 30-yard line.
Great pursuit there from the Wildcats, as you saw, as we talked about last week. 10, 11 guys around the ball as he's tackled.
All right, a press sure is on, and Caden Christensen came barreling in, almost got to the punt. It takes a Beaver bounce, and Tillett gets away from it as it rolls all the way down to a 20-yard line. Nice punt by Beaver, a 45-yard punt, no return. South Summit will take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
Plenty of time left in the half. South Summit obviously going to want to try to go and extend that lead. 4:47 left in the ball game, and I believe they've still got 3 timeouts here they can use in the first half. So plenty of time. Time's definitely not an issue here. They'll start, just as he said, about the 22-yard line. Need to go into the length of the field here to get points.
Jones now, hands off, up the middle. Nope, he keeps it on a fake. Got good running room out across the 35, 36-yard line. Good fake handoff as I believe it was Averett got up over that ball and really drew a couple of defenders with him. Jones pulls it out, finds a good seam, and gets across, pick up the first down, about a 15-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 38.
Excellent start to the series for the Wildcats, picking up a first down on the first run.
All right, 1st and 10 again for South Summit. This time they do hand off up the middle. And this time Averett will get about 4 or 5 yards, maybe 6 out to the 49-yard line, actually 44-yard line. And so he'll pick up about 6 where it'll be 2nd and 4.
So the battle being won by the front line here of the Wildcats tonight as they're able to open up gaps here and there for the South Summit running backs, and they're picking up chunks a yard every time they carry that ball. Exactly what they're supposed to do.
See if we can't give you those offensive linemen when we get a chance to see their numbers a little better. Handoff up the middle again. Good running room again by, is that Averett?
That's got to be Averett. He was carrying 2 guys.
Averett, good running room up the middle across midfield into Beaver territory, the 46-yard line. He'll pick up another South Summit first down as they're getting chunks, big chunks of yardage on the rushing side.
And he literally carried a defender on his hip for an extra 5 yards after he attached himself. So good strength there from Averett, once again picking up yards after the initial contact.
In motion goes Freestone. Jones keeps the ball, and he's tripped up from behind. Nice tackle by number 73 of Beaver that time. Travis Gilman had a nice tackle. Holds Jones to about a 3-yard pickup. It'll bring us up 2nd 7.
We're okay with 3 yards as long as it's 3 yards every time.
So we got Andy Mitchell as right tackle, and number 53, Riley Fees, the right guard. A little pass to Stephen Flinders, who gets about 3-4 yards on a quick little step back pass on this right side, but a penalty comes in. Looks like maybe
it'll be a block in the
back. Yeah, he came across, hit him in the back as he come out to try to pick the corner off of Flinders.
And that's what you're supposed to do. The receiver, as he catches that ball, he knows that his blockers are coming from the inside out, so he's supposed to make a move back in. You just got to wait to see the numbers on his chest before you hit him on there, and he didn't wait for that defender to get turned around.
The center spot for South Summit's number 71, Ty Clegg. And we'll get to the other side of that line shortly. Looks like it's Brad Richens at that left tackle spot. And we'll get the left guard, looks like 65.
Braden Crystal.
Braden Crystal. All right. Handoff upside. Nope, Jones keeps it again. This time he's across midfield. He'll pick up 4 or 5, and unfortunately with that penalty, it's going to leave South Summit in a 3rd and 13 play. It's just inside the 50-yard line at the 49. 2:19 left in the second quarter. South Summit still leading 21-6.
And we've shown that we can pass down the field a few times here tonight. We'll see what they have in store for Beaver right here. As we said, Jones has been able to drop back several times tonight and stay in the pocket and deliver the ball on time downfield for good gains.
Jones now will go left. He's going to try to run the ball, and once again, good open field tackle. Number 73 again for Beaver. Gilman on the play, and really good job of wrapping up. Jones down Jones. It'll be 4th and 15.
Jones is just trying to get outside so he can make a pass downfield and just unable to get away from the defender.
So back to punt will be in the green shoes. Victor Thornton this time. He gets a nice end-over-end punt, fielded, and as Isaac Tillett bumps in, that's a tough penalty, as it was a fair catch call by Beaver, and Tillett just ran right up into him, knocked him over. It wasn't a hard hit or a malicious hit, almost a casual run into him and knock him over. Unfortunately, it's going to cost South Summit some yardage as the yellow flag flew. And 1:20 left in this second period.
And a collective sigh from the crowd as they saw the flag fly on that play. As you said, his momentum really just barely carried him into him, and the guy was off balance to start with. It was just enough to knock him down to draw the flag. So that's going to give him better field position. They've still got quite a ways to go.
So 1st and 10 for Beaver. 1:20 left in this half. Ball at the 32-yard line. New quarterback in. As we said, Matthew Roberts, the injured Hutchings, went out with a leg injury, and we'll see if he returns at halftime. As for now, they go with Roberts, and Roberts hands off to McMullen. McMullen, nice football player for Beaver on both sides, picks up some good yardage. He's out to the 38-yard line. He picks up about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
We're going to have to hurry things up as there's a minute left in the half. South Summit will receive the ball after halftime as they kicked off to start the ball game. So Beaver's going to have to do something quick here as the clock continues to run, and now they're going to call a timeout.
We'll take one as well. 49 seconds left in this first half. South Summit up 21-6. .6 seconds left in this first half. Beaver trailing by 15. They have a 2nd and 4 at their own 38-yard line. It's going to be a false start. It's got to be. He's on all kinds of motion. I don't see a flag yet as Roberts rolls hard right. Comes back on a nice catch from Beaver. He's trying to get out of bounds, and he does. 12 was in motion. I don't know how they missed that.
Well,
tough break for South Summit.
As long as he's the only one that was in motion, he's okay to be in motion. As long as he doesn't move forward towards the line of scrimmage, and I think that was all it was the one running back.
Looks like he hesitated. Unfortunately for South Summit, they pick up 15. It'll be 1st and 10 for South Summit at the 46-yard line.
And the sophomore quarterback for Beaver has a strong arm. That took a lot of arm strength to get that ball downfield as far as he did. He put it right on the number.
So 1st and 10, 40 seconds left. Going to have to do a couple more of that as Roberts drops back again. This time he's going across the middle, and a nice pass again as the receiver Saw footsteps coming. Number 24, McNair, was waiting there for the hit. Falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That'll stop the clock at 35.7 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10 now for Beaver. And expect a couple more passes downfield here as they're going to try to do something to gain the momentum before the halftime. And the quarterback has shown that he has the arm strength to throw it downfield and be accurate with his throw. So South Summit's got to be aware, keep things in front, and maybe get a little bit of pressure on that quarterback.
2nd and 10, ball right at the 45-yard line. 2 men to the left for Beaver. Roberts is going to roll left. Looks like he's going to try to fire one deep. Nice deep throw. Comes inside to number 7 again. Roberts from Roberts to Roberts. Matthew to Michael. And the sophomore throws to the senior, and Michael comes up underneath to get the catch. There's a flag on the field and some kind of interference. We'll see if Michael had to push someone out of the way to go get that ball, but he did a good job of getting his hands on it, caught the ball, and the officials are meeting to determine what the penalty is.
Excellent job of coming back to the ball, but he, like you say, he may have had to tug on a jersey to do so. And it looks like from the reactions of the South Summit players, it looks like it is going to be against Beaver. So that'll void that play and force them even further back with 25.5 seconds left.
All right, here we go. 25 seconds left, as that's a costly penalty for Beaver. Now it's going to move them all the way back to the 31-yard line. First down yardage is all the way to the South Summit 44-yard line. So that's a 25-yard difference that the Beaver's going to have to make up, and they may be content now as that clock runs. 18 seconds that they may just, they're going to try one more pass. The dangerous thing here is he throws it up for grabs, and it falls short to number 6 for Beaver. Payson falls for the Beavers. Incomplete. It'll bring up now 3rd and 25.
And this is, like you said, a kind of a scary situation. They're backed up deep in their own territory, and we saw what the secondary of South Summit can do if they get a chance. That ball gets thrown up in the air at all, up for grabs. Our players have shown that they can go and get that and make a play, as we scored the last play of the half against Park City on an interception and a pick 6 there by Jordan McNair. So we'll see if they take another shot at it, probably the last play of the half.
10 seconds left. This time they go right to the dive. Up the middle, McMullen gets good yardage, but South Summit had a lot of yardage to give, and they hold him to about a 7-8 yard pickup. That's going to be the end of the first half. South Summit, a nice effective half, got out to an early 21-0 lead. Beavers tried to fight back and has made this still a competitive half. 15-point lead, 21-6. And so we'll try to get some scores, some info for you during this halftime, and we'll see what both teams do to come out, prepare for a second half. With South Summit, we'll be receiving the ball up 15. Enjoy some Favine halftime, and we'll join you here in a few minutes with third quarter action. Beaver at South Summit leading 21-6.
Welcome back to South Summit football. We're here at halftime where South Summit leads 21-6. We're 3 minutes and 17 seconds away to starting the second half. We'll give you some updated scores going around the rest of 2A, as well as, again, I want to make a plug for our new YouTube.com website that you can get live action for South Summit athletics throughout the year this year. Anywhere in the world, as long as you got the internet, you can get on. It's at www.youtube.com/South Summit HS Utah. There's also a link provided at the high school and district website. Just click on the link that says WATCHit Live, and that'll link you to that YouTube website. So some great opportunities in the future here for everybody to go ahead and tune in, alumni, wherever you are. So some scores from around the rest of 2A football tonight. Couple of games already finished, must have been played earlier. Layton Christian 20-14 over Gunnison, a final. North Summit also playing in an earlier game. They came out on top 24-14 over our opponent next week, Summit Academy. And then at the half, probably ALA actually leads Millard 7-3. So that's the 2A North games. Halftime now. ALA is 14-10 over Millard. Down south, we have Grand playing in a tough one against South Sevier. It's at halftime there. Grand leading 13-6. South Sevier must be a fairly tough opponent as well. Another one of the tougher teams down there in the southern region. They were able to beat San Juan last week, and they're hanging in there tight with the number 2 team in the state Grand. Parowan is losing to Enterprise at half, 12-0. San Juan hanging on to a slim lead over North Sevier at halftime. They're leading 9-6. So that's the rest of the action in 2A. So we said next week is homecoming week for South Summit. We're going to be matched up against Summit Academy. I believe this is their first year playing football. It's a fairly new school, a charter school there in Draper, Utah. They've got a new program, as we talked about, a football program. So they are just starting football. And we'll be matched up with them next week for homecoming. So be sure to come out to the action. Of course, always homecoming festivities throughout the week. Powder puff and alumni games in volleyball. A lot of different activities. There's a parade going on. The homecoming parade next Friday at 4 o'clock here up by the high school down Main Street of Camas. So a lot of things coming up next week. Want to put a plug in also for Woodland's festivities. They've got the Woodland Choke Cherry Festival. Not sure what's going on out there tomorrow, but if you're in the mood for some festivities, head on out to Woodland tomorrow for the Woodland Choke Cherry events. Next week, a week from tomorrow is the Woodland Choke Cherry Festival. So as you see, the teams coming back out to get warmed up before the second half begins. We'll see what kind of adjustments both teams can make. Beaver's got to try to figure out how to stop the run of South Summit. And South Summit taking away the one long pass. They had a pretty good half. The 167-yard pass that got Beaver on the board. Really the only thing that they gave up throughout the evening so far. And a good showing for the Wildcats, and hope to duplicate that here in the second half. They'll receive the kickoff to start the second half. We'll take a quick break, come back with the kickoff here to begin the third quarter South Summit football.
All right, welcome back to South Summit High School. As Beaver and South Summit locked up in a nice two-way cross-region game. Fortunately for us, in town this year. Next year we'll have to head somewhere south as our JV groups and freshman groups traveled down to Beaver yesterday. Didn't get back till the AM hour last night after midnight. And to our young men's credit, most of them were in school bright and early at 7:30, quarter to 8, so that's a good sign, as both teams won with pretty comfortable margins. JV a little more of a margin than the freshmen, but both had successful days. And South Summit now leading 21-6. Start of the third quarter, we'll receive the ball in the north end zone with Keaton Gines and Isaac Tillett back deep to receive. And Roberts will kick off for Beaver. Michael Roberts, who has the lone score for Beaver on a 67-yard pass play from the injured Kason Hutchings that went out of the ball game. We'll see if he returns. I didn't doubt he'll make it as he went off pretty hobbled, but we'll see how it goes. Ball's going to bounce out of bounds. That'll be a penalty on Beaver. And so South Summit will get good field position, field spot to start this possession offensively.
Bring it back out to the 35, I believe, as well, where they will start.
So South Summit had a great offensive first half as they had three scores from Colby Averett, a touchdown, Carson Freestone, a touchdown, and Ty Jones, all touchdown runs. Averett from 13, Freestone from 7, and Ty Jones from 1. And Ty Jones now will get the first snap of this half, and he'll hand up the middle. And falling forward is Colby Averett. Good yardage out to the 45-yard line. That's right at the first down marker. And it looks like they'll move the chains. 10-yard pickup on the first play of this third quarter. South Summit leading by 15. It'll be 1st and 10, South Summit.
They start their first possession, the second quarter where they left, or the third quarter where they left off. Another good run up the middle by Colby Averett and picking up another first down almost at the 50-yard line here.
All right. Two-man wide to the left. In-come motion goes Gines. They hand off to a good hard-running Averett. Averett's got good yardage again. He's going to pick up 17 yards out to the 38-yard line, and another first down for South Summit as Averett, 27 yards on two consecutive runs. And South Summit motoring again on their offensive start.
And I like the way South Summit has mixed it up a lot tonight. They bounce things outside, and then they run back up the middle, and that's keeping Beaver on their toes.
Again to Averett. Averett, nice hard yardage again. Going to pick up another first down out across the 30. Well, he's close to the first down. Looked like he had gotten across the 30. They mark it back just inside the 30. It'll be a 9-yard pickup, so Averett, big yards.
Beaver needs to figure something out, and the coach understands that now. They don't want to give up a score on the first possession. South Summit's been able to just gash him run after run here to start the second half. And the adjustments they tried to make at halftime have not worked for Beaver. So we'll see what they can try to do, maybe try to fix something. Maybe one of those linebackers are misreading something or not playing forward here.
South Summit started at their own 35-yard line. They're now at the 30-yard line of Beaver. So 35 yards on 3 carries, all by Colby Averett, right up the middle. And Averett now will continue to be right behind Jones with Freestone on the right wing. And they'll go to Averett again. And Averett picks up 5 this time, which seems to be a short run, but he'll get the first down. He'll pick up just over 5. They'll move the chains. Ball's at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, South Summit.
As we always would say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they go right back to Averett, and it works again. Another 5 yards downfield for the Wildcats.
Be something if Averett just chunked his own way down this.
Just keep giving him the ball.
And again, they go to Averett. This time they hold him up. 4th time's the charm for Beaver is the 4th carry, actually the 5th carry for Averett. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage where it'll bring up 2nd and 10. So now you got to start thinking if you're Beaver of what they're going to do now. South Summit's done a good job of getting a lot of people involved offensively.
So we'll see if they do a counter or if they try to get something outside now. If they've run the ball 4 times in a row right up the middle. They bring a man in motion. They do there's the counter.
There's Gines. got good running room. And he's going to pick up 5 yards. Actually, he's going to pick up about 8 yards. And it'll be just a couple yards short of the first down. So good yardage there by Keaton Gines on a little counter to the right-hand side, and it'll be 3rd and short.
And that's what happens when you have success up the middle. That defense just keeps looking for number 32 to get the ball, and they fake to him and come back the other way. Not sure what to do with the Wildcats right now. They're having their way.
3rd and a yard. Jones goes to Averett. Averett's met hard right just past the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to make it just inside the 16 to about the 15.5-yard line. And it may be a hair short, so another 4th down call for South Summit. And they're leaving this offensive unit on the field.
They're thinking about it here. It's been a little slow getting the play in, but looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and short.
Victor Thornton brings the play in from the South Summit sideline. Be hard to go away from 32 right up the middle. We'll see what they decide on a 4th and short. And Jones keeps it this time, and it's going to be close.
Lunges forward, stretches that ball out. We'll see what the spot is as he dove.
Looks like he might have enough.
And it was just enough probably with the stretch. He was hit at the line, but had the presence of mind to push that ball forward before he fell to the ground. It was just enough.
So South Summit inside the red zone of Beaver again. Been very successful thus far scoring. Another touchdown here would make it a 3-score margin and would really put Beaver behind the 8-ball offensively, as they'd have to get the ball rolling quickly. As Jones going to go on a nice slant route. Beautiful ball by Jones. Right on the money. Hit, who is that?
Number 2, Stephen Flinders on the slant.
Right in stride on a slant, and he's just inside about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, South Summit.
And that's really probably what has impressed me most tonight about the Wildcats is their ability to make and complete passes tonight. And they've showed it several times throughout the evening, that time to Stephen Flinders for a 1st and goal now.
Really nice ball, tight spiral, right on the money with the little zip. This time they'll hand it right up the middle, and Averett will punch through for his 2nd touchdown of the night, a 1-yard run. As South Summit scores on the 4th touchdown of the ball game, it'll extend the lead to 27-6. And going to be a tough margin for Beaver to come back on in this South Summit offense and defense. So South Summit taking control of this ball game again, going up 3 scores. Santos now will wait to extra point kick it from the hold from Jones. 8:13 left, 3rd quarter. And Santos' kick is up and looks good, and is. 28-6 lead. South Summit up by 22. 8:13 left, 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. Harley Georgie will kick off for South Summit. 28-6 lead for the Wildcats, having another impressive performance. 4th game of the year, 3-0 on the season. Impressive wins to open against 3AA Park City, against 3A number 1 ranked 3A Morgan at the time, and ALA with the first region match or region meeting last week. 4th game of the night is Beaver now will get the kickoff from Georgie into the end zone. Touchback will bring it out to the 20. South Summit will start the season tonight. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, but looked on a nice course for a 4-0 start. Ranked number 1 throughout the whole year, and certainly are the team to beat, at least from our viewpoint, in 2A. And Beaver now will have to regroup, make some adjustments. We'll see who comes out quarterback for Beaver as their starting quarterback, senior and number 11, Michael Hutchings. Not Michael. Kason Hutchings for Beaver was hurt in that second quarter. And it looks like number 8, the sophomore, Matthew Roberts, will be the quarterback. So unfortunately, Hutchings unable to return. A little handoff to the left side of the line. Not much running room there as he's met right at the 19-yard line. That's just inside the line of scrimmage. Lose about a half a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
And a disastrous start for Beaver to start the second half. They had to be part of the conversation at halftime in the Beaver locker room is that we cannot allow South Summit to get the ball and drive it down the field and score on us, and that's exactly what South Summit did. So Beaver probably a little bit deflated with the start to the second half.
So Roberts up under center. He's going to look to pass. He's looking right this time. Little swing pass out to the right-hand side. Not much running room as South Summit on the pursuit. Gets out there quickly, drives him out of bounds. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Nope, looks like he's going to lose a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Carson Freestone there on the coverage, just dropping back into the flats there and then being able to pursue after the catch was made for no gain. Bring up a 3rd and long again. I'm sure South Summit will have their safety up this time. He'll be back for the obvious long pass situation here.
All right, no safety at all. 11 man up tight. Roberts looking to pass. A little catch up under to number 6, and he's close to the first down marker. And late hit comes in. Looks like they're going to target again. So he's going to get the first down on a 10-yard pickup. He'll pick up, it looks like, 15 more. So 25-yard pickup for South Summit, or for Beaver.
So
targeting 15-yarder. That'll move it out to the 45-yard line.
South Summit really was counting on getting to the quarterback on that play, as we had, like you said, no safety. They were coming after that quarterback, trying to get to him before he could get the pass off. He was able to make a good pass across the middle. Not sure if he would have picked up the first down with the pass itself, and now there's a flag off the sideline.
Looks like we're going to get a sideline flag. Looks like somebody got into the ear of this side judge, so that'll be 15 more. So what was a 10-yard pickup turned into 25, now it's turned into 40. Or is that just a sideline warning
here this time?
So not an unsportsmanlike conduct, but just a sideline warning. And
we're not sure whether sometimes that sideline warning is because the players aren't far enough back on the sideline, and maybe that's what it was. They're just doing the sideline warning, telling them to get back, trying to regain some sort of control over here. It's more of a safety thing for the official. He needs the room to get up and down that sideline, and that's what they're really focused on that the last couple of years.
1st and 10 for Beaver, 7:15 left, third quarter. South Summit ahead by 22 as Roberts is going to roll left, looking to find a man. Nice throw out to number 7, and he makes a valiant effort, and it looks like they're going to get pass interference on South Summit.
That was a pretty incredible pass coverage there by our linebacker, Daxton Hansen. I don't know how you could have done it any better than that. He was sitting right there in the guy's pocket, stride for stride, turned back and looked for the ball, and they called a pass interference. That is injustice, if anything, for a linebacker to be able to cover that well and get penalized for it. So that was obviously not a favorable call for the Wildcats, and they're letting them know it now.
So it'll be 1st and 10 into South Summit territory at the 40-yard line. 7:06 third quarter now, 15-yard advancement for the Beavers into South Summit into South Summit territory. They haven't been much. They scored one on a 67-yard play, which came from their own territory. So I don't know. This may be the first time Beavers been into South Summit territory on the evening. And the sophomore Roberts doing a nice job of filling in for Hutchings, who's left the game. Roberts wants to pass again, and he's scrambling to the right. Ty Clegg's trying to chase him and pulls him down from behind. Great job by number 71, Ty Clegg. And Roberts couldn't get the corner on him. Ty Clegg will get the sack. Nice job there by number 71.
And initially it looked like Ty Clegg was going to give up that outside contain as the quarterback made a move around him, but he had enough closing speed, the big 71, to drag him down from behind. And a sack there for a loss for Beaver.
Good job there by South Summit, holding Roberts to no yardage. In fact, lost 3. So it'll bring up 2nd and 13. Ball's at the 43-yard line. And Roberts now sends his man in motion. They go on a handoff. Good yardage up the middle for Beaver, and he's going to get out across the 35-yard line. He's going to pick up about 8 or 9 to about the 34-yard line, where it'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
McMullen, their best running back, picking up tough yards, being brought down by Flinders, McNair, and Freestone after a big gain. So a 3rd and 4 now. Obviously a much better situation for Beaver here, as they're trying to get back into this ball game before it gets out of reach. And they would need a score here to try to do so.
Sure, 4th down territory this far into South Summit yardage, and they'll go up underneath, and Beaver trying to get yardage to make it a little shorter 4th down, unable to get any.
That's
stopped
a
right
good
at the
job
line of scrimmage.
From the front line there. Number 53 was really timed that snap, and he got into the backfield quickly and disrupted everything, almost coming up with the tackle himself, but disrupted it enough so that the other ones can get back in there.
So it'll be a 4th and 5 at the 35-yard line. Beaver, I don't know if you want to say a must conversion here for them to be successful, but it would be highly effective for them if they could get this 1st down. And the whistle's going to blow. South Summit's going to take a timeout on 4th and 5. We'll be back. 4th and 5 at the Wildcat 35 as Beaver trying to stay in this ball game, down by 22. All right, 4th and 5. We are 4:58 left in this 3rd quarter. Big offensive play for Beaver. Got to convert, keep themselves in this ball game. And a lot of jumping around at that line of scrimmage.
Trying to draw the defense off sides.
And Roberts now will pitch out left to 7 Roberts, who's going to throw. He's got a man down deep. It's caught. Nice play by Beaver. Great call. On a 4th and 5, they go to a halfback toss, who then throws, and they have a left-handed passer who makes a nice throw out to, looks like was that McMullen?
Yep, number
McMullen on a nice catch. That'll bring the ball down inside the 20 to about the 11, 10-yard line. So big play for Beaver. It'll be 1st and 10.
I thought I saw a flag on the backside there, but they must have picked it up.
I saw him waving it. I don't know exactly what he had thought he'd seen initially, but great play for Beaver.
Yeah, that's big right there for the Beavers if they have hope. That was keeping their hope alive right there.
They pick up 25 on the halfback pass. And now South Summit, not enough men on the field. They'll have to take another timeout. So a little confusion on the defensive end for South Summit as they give up 25 on a 4th and 5. Then in the substitutions coming out of the 4th and 5, have some confusion about which men need to be on the field. They call a timeout. So 2 timeouts in a row on the defensive end. Hopefully those timeouts shouldn't hopefully play a role in this game. But you never know. With 4:31 left in this 3rd quarter, you would think with a quarter and a little under a half to play, that Beaver probably has between 3 and 5 possessions probably left in this ball game, and they're down by 3 scores. And one of those scores is going to have to be a 2-point conversion as they're down 22. So Beaver's got to put up touchdowns, and they got to convert extra points if they want to get back in this ball game. A great chance for them right here.
They've shown they have that big play capability. Their only score coming off of a big play, and then that previous play, they've got another big play. So They've got the capability. Their quarterback's got a strong arm. South Summit's got to buckle down right here.
Roberts now trying to get Beaver into the end zone. He's going to look left, and there he's sacked again by number 71.
65, Braden Crystal actually timed that snap perfectly. He just dived across the line and grabbed the quarterback's leg. He was unable to get away. A great job there, incredible job, 65. Timing the snap and diving in there, grabbing the quarterback's leg.
71, Ty Clegg as well involved on the top of that play, so good job by South Summit, who both get in on the play and hold him to no gain, probably 2-3 yard losses. Beaver was about as far away from the end zone as they could get without getting a first down, right at the 10-yard line. They're now at about the 16-yard line. And Roberts now has got his work cut out for him. They pitch out to the other Roberts. He cuts it back. Not much room there. Several Wildcat defenders in on the play. He'll pick up a yard. It's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 13.
It's tough to get to the edge against this South Summit defense. There's a lot of speed out there in the linebacker and the defensive back positions. Even our DNs, Ty Clegg, showing the speed on this possession too. So it's tough to get to the outside, and all they need is a little bit of time to hold up and give their linebackers time to pursue and get over there.
So ball right on the right hash. 3rd and goal. And it looks like now Beaver's going to take a timeout.
It's their second timeout. So both teams burned 2 timeouts here in the 3rd quarter.
We'll take one as well. Things slowing up here is a crucial point for Beaver in this 3rd quarter. 3:06 left. South Summit continuing to lead by 22. All right, a big offensive play again for Beaver as they have 2 downs here to punch it in. 14 yards to go, 14 yards to go as Roberts try to get something going. In motion goes the other Roberts. Now he's going to change the play a little bit as he'll send number 7 back to his slot spot on the right-hand side. Sends him in motion again. They fake the pitch, go up over the top. Ball's knocked around, almost picked off. And it'll go fall short. It'll be 4th and goal for Beaver.
So they were trying to fake that same play they had, the halfback pass, and then throw it backside. And this time South Summit was there, and the coverage was perfect in the back, almost coming up with an interception. We had 3 defenders in the area, broke it up, and then was able to make the tackle as well. So he probably wouldn't have caught the ball with just the one guy there. So one more hold is what South Summit needs here to keep Beaver out of the end zone and retain that 22-point lead.
4th and 14. Roberts now.
We've got some
men moving. Yep. That's going to move it back 5 more.
5 more yards they're going to have to pick up now.
Whew, tough spot. As Beaver didn't need 5 more yards on a 4th and long to try to get into this end zone, and now it's going to move it out close to the 20. It's about at the 18-yard line. So 4th and 18, goal to go. Got to get it in the end zone. And we'll see what they pull out of their offensive playbook this time, as the last time they had a 4th and long, came up with a great play to advance and move the chains. We'll see what they have this time. Working with a sophomore quarterback, replacing the senior who'd gone out with an injury, done a nice job of filling in and moving this offense. And Roberts now is going to roll back. He's looking in some trouble, and he's going to get drugged down. First there on the spot is number 55, Brad Richens, followed by a couple more defenders from South Summit. They'll sack the Beaver quarterback on 4th and 18, pushing back to the 27. It'll be 1st and 10, South Summit.
So the defense holds once again, stepping up and making plays when the South Summit Wildcats needed it most. So a goal line stand, really, I guess you could call it a goal line stand. They had first and goal, so we're going to call it a goal line stand. Held them.
So 2:55 left in this third quarter. South Summit takes over on the offensive end. Ty Jones fakes the handoff, keeps, goes off the left tackle over there. He's right at the hash on the 36-yard line. Picks up about 8, and it'll be second and short.
And this is where it gets very difficult to come back against a team like South Summit when they're able to control the ball so well and pick up first downs on the run.
One nice thing South Summit has done among many things tonight is they have not put the ball on the ground at all on any fumbles. No missed snaps, no missed pitches. They've done a good job of managing the ball, and this time Ty Jones gets close to the first down marker.
He'll pick it up as they'll give him a good spot.
He's across 39, looks like almost to the 40, first and 10. And South Summit will move the chains and do exactly what they need to. Keep the clock moving, chains moving forward. And South Summit now getting close to putting this ball game out of reach as we're getting to 2:13 left in this third quarter. And have led throughout. Jones will pitch to number 5, Caden Christensen. Good open field tackle there by McMullen again as he holds up that lead blocker and is able to take the feet out of Caden Christensen. He'll lose a yard. He'll be up second and 11.
And once again, McMullen, man, he's impressed me a lot on that outside. It is tough to get a block on him. He just holds you up and then sheds you just in time to make the tackle. He did it once again there.
So McNair out wide to the left, Flinders out wide to the right. Freestone goes in motion, and they're going to have a keeper by Jones. Could have pitched to Freestone. Freestone a little frustrated. He had some running room. Jones saw a little gap, and he sneaks it up for about 3-4 yards, where it'll bring now 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and right now it's really just about ball control for South Summit. You talked about the Wildcats not having any turnovers tonight, and they certainly don't want to start right now. Just take care of the ball. Don't take too many risks. Just try to keep getting first downs and keeping the clock moving. Just over a minute left here in the third quarter. They've got to try to obviously burn another quarter off, but it's all about taking care of the ball right now for South Summit.
And Jones now, little scamper up the middle, little quarterback draw, and he's got good yardage across midfield. He's across the 40, inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Good speed there by Jones as he dropped back for just a minute, then dove right up the middle. Good blocking up front from this South Summit line. 1st and 10, South Summit.
A designed draw there for the quarterback there as he had lead blockers out in front. He dropped back and had plenty of room in front and then got to the outside to pick up even more.
So Stephen Flinders out way wide to the right. And they're going to throw a little dump pass, and it's broken up beautifully by number 71, Gilman of Beaver, who's in on a lot of plays. But a Beaver defender got hit hard on the contact as they were trying to go to Freestone up the middle and broken up.
Yeah, that was nearly an interception. His own player actually lit him up on that play as he was dropping back. 71 there, linebacker, dropping back into coverage. The safety coming up and trying to make a play and was hit hard. It looked like for a second like he may have been knocked completely out, and they're taking him to the sideline and will evaluate him. We'll see if he comes back into the ball game, but fortunate there for the Wildcats as that was almost a turnover for them. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10 on the incompletion.
46 seconds left in this third quarter. Jones will keep and pitch over to Caden Christensen. Caden breaks the tackle. Nice run there by the senior, Caden Christensen. He gets the nice pitch from Jones. He's across the 30, just inside the 30-yard line, about a yard short still the first down. Bring up 3rd and short, and South Summit continuing, and if they won't have to run another play as the clock is at 23 seconds.
I'm sure they won't. That's one way to get around McMullen. Right there, pitch around him. Can't tackle two of you. He was a good job there by Jones of making him commit to Jones before making him making the pitch. It looks like they will run it.
South Summit will run one more play. They go off to Averett. Averett cuts it back from the middle into the outside.
He picks up the first down to keep the drive going.
Averett will get the first down. He'll move it to the 25-yard line. That'll be the last play of the third quarter. We'll take a break. South Summit goes into the fourth quarter with a 28-6 lead as South Summit outscores Beaver 6-0 or 6-0 in that. Was it 6? 7-0 in that quarter. And we'll go into the last quarter up by 22. So join us for the fourth quarter as South Summit threatening to score again. South Summit threatening to score again at the Beaver 25-yard line. First play of the fourth quarter coming. Ty Jones will get the snap. He'll keep. He'll pitch off to Freestone, or Tillett this. Nope, Freestone. And Freestone making a nice run, still churning up that left sideline. Looks like he'll step out of bounds at about the 3-4 yard line. Good run by Freestone. As South Summit using that pitch, doing well on the option.
Freestone not wanting to concede the sideline there as he tiptoed down that sideline and picked up several more yards after almost getting pushed out. He just smelling that end zone, wanting to get in, just came up a little shy.
So first and goal for the Wildcats inside the 5-yard line. And they'll pitch to Freestone again. Freestone had a hard time handling the pitch for a minute. Now another flag comes flying in late. And that's got to be another late hit or something. Not much they're going to gain out of a penalty there, though.
Gain about 1.5 yards on the 15-yard penalty if it is a 15-yarder.
So I guess if you're going to get a late shot in, that's the place to do it at about the 1-yard line. It'll bring up now about a yard to go.
Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. I'm not sure whether it was something said or something done. The flag came fairly quickly just after the tackle.
So that'll give South Summit, looks like they have first down to go.
Half a yard on the penalty.
So you'd think here.
A yard, yeah. It will be an automatic first down, though, on that penalty. So they'll gain a down and a gain a yard. We tried to get Freestone the score there as they came right back to him on the pitch. We'll see who they go to here to try to punch it in.
Averett, probably a good guess, deep in the backfield.
He's a good place to go.
And they give it to Averett up the middle. And Averett's not going to get in.
Just short.
So good job, Beaver, holding him up there. He's got to be close, though.
It doesn't look like they gave him that automatic first down. Typically, those unsportsmanlikes are automatic first downs. Apparently, that one wasn't. I'm not sure what happened there.
Third down and goal. And South Summit will try to punch it in again.
This may be the nail. I mean, it's still fairly early.
Ball's on the ground. Bad snap.
That's exactly
and the ball's on the ground, and Beaver
As I say, the nail in the coffin, they fumble it.
Beaver lives to find another series as they get a huge break.
Put the nail away. And even worse, Jones looks like he's coming off a little bit gimpy on that left leg.
That ball was bouncing around at his feet as he was trying to find it, and Beaver players were diving in to get on top of it. Looks like they may have got into his legs. Hopefully he's just bumped up a little bit and hasn't done anything to that sore ankle that he's hurt already, but it looked like he was in some pain. So costly little play there, not only on scoring opportunity, but on an injury there, on a problem with the snap back to Jones. Turns the ball over to Beaver. Beaver's got new life. Down 3 touchdowns. You'd think they're going to have to score on each one. And Roberts runs into his running back and breaks the play up. And South Summit throws him back for a 3-yard loss. And it'll bring up 2nd and 13.
Colby Averett, the middle linebacker for South Summit, coming up and making the sack. Really nowhere to go for that quarterback. As we said, there was a bit of a miscue on Beaver's side. Ran right into his own player. Had plenty of pressure coming from the Wildcats. So Beaver going to have to go up top here fairly quickly because they've got to score often here in this fourth quarter. Putting up 22 points against this South Summit offense or defense in one quarter is a tough task. We'll see what they try to do.
Beaver, quick handoff up the middle, no yardage.
That's not going to get it done for Beaver.
2nd and 13, and you go on a quick dive play where your chances of getting much yardage there are slim, and they don't pick up any. It'll bring up 3rd and 13. 10 minutes left and counting in this fourth period, and Beaver's got a lot of work to do as Carson Freestone comes off, getting good work on both sides of the ball. And number 2, Stephen Flinders now will go back in what you would think is a long yardage situation, probably a pass play. So they put the safety Flinders in. And Roberts will drop back, and he's being pressured, and he's going to be drugged down. Safety.
They get hit in the spot. Nope, they're not going to say he was in. They're going to say he was out before he got drugged down.
Jeez.
But, man, he fired across that line and was in that backfield before the quarterback had time to think about it. But they're saying that by his forward progression that he was way out of the end zone.
There's another gift.
So keeping the 2 more points off the board, but bringing up a 4th and very long, and that's going to put that punter right on the end of that line, into the end zone. Any type of miscue on this snap, and it's going to be a safety anyway.
So not much room for the Beaver punter this time as he's got his feet in. It's out of the back of the end zone. There's the safety. Should probably give it to Hunter. I don't know how they didn't give him before. The Beaver quarterback was running backwards on his own power. Hunter chased him down, drug him down. Everybody thought it was a safety. They put it right at the goal line. And with that short snap, that field snapper of Beaver puts it over the head of the Beaver punter, and it'll be a safety.
So not quite as good as a touchdown in that situation, but the defense pulls through again for the Wildcats, and they're going to score on their own. Picking up an extra 2 points for the Wildcats and getting the ball back also here as they'll have a free kick now. And this will give the Wildcats a chance to return here as they have had that's one of the disadvantages, I guess, of having a really good defense is you do not get to kick return very often.
So several men back for South Summit with chances to field this kick. You got Tillett and Gines real back, far at the 30-yard line, and you got 3 up men with chances possibly to get the ball as well. So this punt's going to go up, and it's going to go pretty deep, and it's going to go to Tillett. Tillett goes right up the center trying to find a seam. Tillett gets a little bit. He kicks it outside. He's still on his feet. He's got a chance to go, and Isaac Tillett bumped out of bounds.
Michael Roberts, number 7 for Beaver, just catching enough of a jersey to pull Tillett out of bounds before he scampers into the end zone. But South Summit right back where they ended, and they're deep in the territory for Beaver, and another chance to score here for the Wildcats. I think this certainly, if they could get into the end zone here, would put it away. I don't want to try to speak too early. It shot us in the foot last time I said something. So we'll see what happens here.
Fortunately, Jones is back into the ball game. He's going to pitch out to Gines. I think it's Gines. Keaton Gines gets the ball on the toss. He's unable to pick up any yardage, and I think he may even have lost a half a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. 8:57 and counting again in this ball game. South Summit now up by 24 as the safety puts them to 30-6 margin for our Wildcats, and they're at the 16-yard line threatening to score again.
Obviously the most points Beaver's given up all year previously is 13 points.
Jones keeps it. He's got a chance. He's close. He reaches into the end zone, and they're going to call him just short again. As his knees hit just before he's able to stretch the ball in. He's going to be about at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. And this looks awful familiar as we were here just moments ago.
Some unfinished business for the Wildcats right back where they ended last time. Certainly would love to punch it in right here.
Tight formation. Extra blockers in, and they'll go right up the middle. And again, this time, Colby Averett finishes it off.
That's such a tough spot for the defense. They don't know exactly where it's going to go. They probably know who it's going to go to, but really all you can do is guess a gap or two and shoot some guys into it, and if you guess wrong, this is what happens, and Averett just kind of went in untouched. So they didn't guess right this time and was able to finish it off this time for the Wildcats.
So Colby Averett scores again. And getting into the end zone often tonight as South Summit now goes up 36-6. And Brad Richens hustling in on this left side to help on this extra point option as Santos will try the snap again. Kick is down and ball is up and it's good as Bracken Santos finishes off the score for South Summit. South Summit now goes up 37-6 and have a comfortable margin with 8:16 left. We'll take a break. South Summit leading big. Back to action as Harley Georgie kicks off a little short kick this time to the 20 as he took something off that one, and now we'll give Beaver a chance to return the kick, and he'll get inside, just inside the 30, about the 29-yard line.
It looked like Harley misstepped on that. He kind of stutter-stepped right before he kicked it, and obviously that took off quite a few yards on the kick. But the Beaver will take over.
South Summit now on the defensive side with 8:11 left in this fourth period. Beaver trailing by 31. And so South Summit will go to 4-0 and start a tremendous start to this season as Roberts is going to roll right. He's pitching over and's got some room. Kicks it back. That's number 12 into the ball game for Beaver. Brennan Hutchings, sophomore running back. And he'll pick up good yardage. 9 yards on the play. It brings it out to the 39-yard line, or it'll be 2nd and 1.
61 in on the tackle for the Wildcats. Don't know who he is. He's not listed in the program, but made a nice tackle downfield.
So some new guys in on defense for South Summit. And so it's good for them to be able, in consecutive weeks, to get some time here late in the ball game and see if they can't hold Beaver. And McMullen, nice little players, dragging some South Summit guys out across the 45 to the 46. He'll pick up the first down and move the chains for Beaver.
And this is a crossover region game, so really this game doesn't mean a whole lot for either team. It does put an exclamation point and put the Southern region on alert that South Summit is for real. So we talked about Beaver being one of the better teams down there in the South so far this season.
Roberts now optioning left, has a man, decides to keep it, moves it upfield. Nice strong moving the pile forward. Roberts does across midfield into South Summit territory at the 42-yard line. That'll be another first down. And Beaver on consecutive first down runs will move the ball inside South Summit territory for second time on the evening. 7:09 left.
Roberts, the sophomore, as you talked about, probably played an entire game yesterday against the JV squad, so he may be a little bit tired as he's had to come back tonight and play quite a bit of this all the second half for Beaver. He's looking still pretty fresh and a good run right there.
Roberts gets the snap, comes back on a counter to the other Roberts, and he's got good running room. And he's going to be out to the 36-yard line, picks up about 7 or 8 on the play. He's a nice player as well. Number 7, Michael Roberts, in on a lot of the scoring opportunities for Beaver.
He's a senior for the Beavers.
6:47 left in the ball game. And Beaver trying to get on the scoreboard to minimize the damage a bit as they option right this time. And this time he's swarmed under but able to escape. And will get a couple more yards back as he fought hard to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That was 61 again, the no-name player that we have. He just was there, pursued quickly, just was a little high on the tackle, and he was able to break away and pick up a few yards that he didn't have to start with.
Few scores going on still in the state. North Sevier and San Juan in a tight game. San Juan only leading North Sevier 23-18. And Enterprise up 25-0 on Parowan as Beaver continues to try to run the ball on 3rd and 6. They pick up little, and a ball goes down to the 39-yard line. He'll lose about a yard. It'll bring up a 4th down play for Beaver with 5:53 left.
So 4th down, I'm sure Beaver will go for it here. Get some experience. Maybe they'll start bringing in some of their younger guys as South Summit's kind of cleared the bench and brought in probably the JV team was what Beaver saw yesterday here, as you talked about, or not here, but down there. Talked about South Summit's JV being successful in their trip down south yesterday, coming away with a good win, as well as the freshman team winning down at Beaver.
So 4th and 6. Roberts looking to pass. He's getting pressured from the right. Little swing pass to the right. Finds Roberts, who cuts back. And nice play there as number 7, Michael Roberts, will get the catch from the sophomore Roberts, number 8, and he cuts it back, picks up 1st down yardage out across the 30 to the 29, 1st and 10, Beaver.
Yeah, and we talked about, like this said, this is a non-region game, so this isn't going to really affect how things are going to pan out in the end towards seeding for the playoffs. So this is a good move here, I think, by the South Summit coaching staff and getting some younger players in here. Hope to avoid injuries to the varsity players. Get some experience, some well-earned experience here for these younger players.
4:50 and counting. This time he'll roll left. Roberts trying to find a man with the pass. Got somebody up the sideline. He throws it over his head. That's Michael Roberts, the intended receiver. It'll fall incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
There is a penalty from the backside. Looks like it's probably going to be a holding against Beaver, so that'll push him back 10 yards. They'll repeat 1st down. It'll be 1st and 20 for Beaver. So as we talked about, next week is our homecoming. We'll be playing against Summit Academy. A lot of things going on throughout the week we talked about. Come out and support all your athletic teams and the rest of the school.
Grant has gotten out to a 23-6 lead over South Sevier with 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
South Sevier hung with them for a half. It looks like they starting to pull away from them. So
American Leadership 21-10 over Millard with 6:16 left in the 4th quarter.
And that was kind of a surprise. Millard was expected to be a fairly decent team and a tough opponent for the Wildcats in the region. Here comes that
Roberts
halfback
gets
pass
the pitch.
again.
He wants to throw again. The lefty, he throws it up and knocked down. Good coverage there from South Summit. Another flag down on the ground.
That flag was thrown early before the ball was really even in the air. It may have been a defensive holding instead of the pass interference. We'll see what they call.
A lot of flags coming out late as this game's getting a little sloppy with 4:35 left.
We've got a Beaver player down. The intended receiver still on the ground, as it looked like their legs might have got tied up a little bit.
While they tend to the Beaver injured player, we'll take a break. South Summit cruising here, 37-6, 4:35 left in the ball game. So fortunately, the Beaver player is able to get to his feet and walk off. Beaver had a few injuries tonight. Hopefully they're not serious and will be back for help them with the rest of their region schedule. So we have first and
It was a defensive
10.
holding, which is only a 5-yard penalty, but that's an automatic first down, so that's why they've got the first down now.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line as Roberts looking to pass. And it's going to go up short, possibly intercepted, and it is. Nice catch there by, is that Bracken Santos comes on the short ball and gets the interception for South Summit. Good coverage again as Roberts threw into double coverage, South Summit there. The ball was short. Bracken Santos leaps out, dives for that interception, able to keep it off the ground, does a nice job. And Beaver will turn the ball over now with 4:27 left. South Summit will be in clock burn mode.
Another takeaway for the Wildcats, their third of the night. 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. And we talked about South Summit only having the 1 turnover on that miscue on the snap down on the goal line here to start the fourth quarter.
And new quarterback into the ball game. Caden Christensen will take the quarterback duties on this possession. And he'll keep off the fake handoff. He'll pick up about 5-6 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 5, ball right at the 15.
So 4 minutes left. They'll just keep moving. Keep that clock rolling. Probably just run left, run right, dive up the middle, maybe a sweep play to the outside.
So Christensen, little trouble with the snap and handoff, and he's going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
A little bit of a miscue. New players in there. May just the timing just is a little bit off sometimes when you don't get the reps together in practice as much, and that's probably just what happened there. So we'll see if they can pick up 5 yards and keep the clock moving.
3:29 and counting. Be nice to be able to pick up a first down, run this clock out. And once again, trouble in the backfield as Christensen unable to get with his running backs and unable to deliver the handoff, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And that'll be a punting situation for South Summit as they stall on the last couple plays of that drive.
So I think that's this is going to be the only third punt of the night for the Wildcats. Victor Thornton back to kick for the Wildcats with his bright green shoes.
So Thornton has punted twice, and Jones has done the rugby-style punt one time.
Going to have to call a timeout. Probably not the right personnel in there. Maybe not enough guys. Next week we talked about Summit Academy. The week after we'll be traveling to Gunnison. That's the 27th to play the Gunnison Bulldogs, and then back here at home against Layton Christian on the 4th of October. And then against North Summit the following week, the 11th October, and then to close out region play, we'll be traveling to Millard on the 17th of October. So that's the remaining schedule for the Wildcats this year. The rest will be region games, the games that count, and South Summit, as we talked about, obviously going to be picked to win over these region opponents, and hopefully they can take care of business and do what they need to try to set themselves up for a good run in the playoffs.
Thornton now will punt for the Wildcats. Quick timeout, only basically allowing Beaver to get the right people in. And a flag comes down as Beaver jumps, and that's going to give them a first down if they weren't drawn. We'll see if South Summit twinged or not, but I think that was a Beaver.
Yep, that was.
So that will give South Summit the first down, which will run this clock a little quicker, which probably
might be good for everybody. Yeah,
teams.
Good for everybody.
So probably about 3 more plays, and this thing will be done. 37-6 lead. South Summit got out to an early 14-0 lead, kicked it out to 21. And Beavers tried to hold on since.
Beavers matched up next week against Grand. We'll have our eye on that game to see how things stack up for Grand and Beaver, as Grand is the #1 team in the South.
Christensen now will pitch over to Keaton Gines, and Keaton Gines tripped up on a nice open field tackle by Beaver. Giants will pick up about a yard. Not much. Nope, he'll lose a yard. So good again, open field tackle over there on that corner spot from Beaver. 2:27 left, be 2nd and 10. So hopefully we'll get some kinks worked out. It's nice to have a good experienced quarterback, Caden Christensen, being able to back up Jones.
We do have some depth at the quarterback position.
Got 3 or 4 guys that could step in. Santos, Jones, Tillett, and certainly Christensen here in can all run the quarterbacking duties for the Wildcats. And it'll bring up 3rd and long now as South Summit unable to find much yardage on these running plays. Clock's at 1:54.
Yeah, you would like to have been able to pick up a first down here just to run the clock out. I'm not sure what they'll be able to do here with the 3rd and long situation. Kind of in a tough spot here as you're an offensive coordinator. You don't want to throw the ball too much, but you want to keep possession. So we'll see if they go to the air, if they'll just try to pick up the first down on a long run here.
Christensen now will keep, and he'll try to cut it up, and he's hit hard. He'll pick up about a yard is all. And that'll bring up 4th down, and they'll be able to work this clock to about 40, 45 seconds if they wish. They'll have to punt it. And so slowly they'll move the punt team in, and Thornton will go back again. This time a 5-yard penalty won't give them the first down. So chances are Beaver will get one last chance to do something offensively as number 12 for Beaver, Hutchings, and he'll get the ball right at the 42-yard line, and he's going to be drugged down. Good coverage there. Number 25, Harley Georgie on the tackle. And number 10 for Beaver, Zach Harris.
Number 12 was Brennan Hutchings, was the return man with the ball. So South Summit, another great performance out of their defense tonight, holding this Beaver offense, who scored an average of at least 35 points, was their lowest point total for the season up until tonight, and they were able to hold Beaver really to that one long pass as the only scoring opportunity that Beaver really had. We did have the one goal line stand where they were 1st and goal, and South Summit held, but other than that, South Summit looked dominant on the defensive side of the ball.
Roberts is going to pitch over to number 12, Hutchings. He's going to get run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. He'll pick up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. So a lot of events next week planned, as we mentioned with the homecoming, and as many of you know, it's the 100-year anniversary this year of South Summit High School, and they'll be altering a few of the activities to celebrate that. There'll be a parade next week at around 4 o'clock. Or a lot of things to commemorate that 100-year anniversary. So hopefully you'll find some good information from the kids here and get involved and have a fun week celebrating South Summit High School and its history. As Roberts in some trouble, and he's going to get thrown down as he tries to get rid of the ball, and they'll say he did, which will stop the clock one more time with 32 seconds left, as he was in all kinds of trouble, couldn't find anyone to get the ball to, so he tried to throw it out of bounds, and fortunately for Beaver he does. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. Would be nice here. There's a run play, stop him in bounds, and he's still on his feet. I guess they blew the whistle dead at the 41, and hopefully that will do it, as South Summit will win a big game between 3rd-ranked team in 2A, and now there'll be just 2 remaining undefeated teams in 2A. Grand looks like they're going to win at South Sevier, and South Summit will remain 4-0 and will continue to be the number 1 ranked team in 2A. Grand will continue at the 2 spot, and we'll see how it shuffles out 3 through 5. And the clock runs out, and they'll have one last play, a little screen pass, and running room for the tight end wing back there for Beaver. He'll be tackled at the 50-yard line, so time runs out on the Beavers as South Summit gets a big win, 37-6. And another dominant performance both offensively and defensively for these South Summit Wildcats. So congratulations again on another successful evening of football. To my knowledge, no serious injuries, so a success there as well. And South Summit's got to feel confident going into the rest of this season as they have 5 more ball games for the postseason. Will start late in October. So good job tonight, South Summit. And we'll say goodnight. Rory, anything else?
No, that was a good game. Good win for South Summit, making a statement in 2A. They are a team to be reckoned with, and if you're going to come beat the Wildcats, you better bring your A game, as they showed tonight. Their dominant performance over the Beavers. I'm sure they'll go back and let everybody know in the South that you better step up things, because we've got a team up north that's looking poised to take it all the way this year, and we're hoping for the success of the Wildcats. We appreciate everybody tuning in.
Thanks to Mr. Greiner and Mr. Gee and all the students who helped bring a nice broadcast tonight. South Summit Athletics, as well as All West, and all those who put together Wildcat Athletics. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for next week homecoming against Summit Academy right here Friday night at 7 o'clock. Join us for a wide variety of activities during the week, and we look forward to having you join us and support Wildcat Athletics. Have a great night.